Smooth, simple, and seamless. That's what customers want when they interact with your brand. And if you want proof, they're saying so themselves. 74% say they're likely to buy products based solely on the purchase experience. 42% say a seamless experience across all channels is a top priority when considering doing business with a company. All that adds up to say that your customer's experience needs to be as silky smooth and seamless as possible. These seamless experiences will look different between industries, brands, and maybe even departments, but the foundation they're built on will always look the same, and that's what we're unpacking today. Welcome to Snackable CX, where we break down our best resources into bite-sized guidance on how to stand out and be known for your customer experience. I'm Sam Salerno, here from Mindful, the best-in-class total experience solution that aims to add kindness to your tech stack. Right off the bat, let's define seamless customer experience. I know you're thinking, Sam, that's pretty self-explanatory. But when something becomes a buzzword in the CX space, it's always worth making sure that we're all on the same page. I will, though, make the wild assumption that we're all familiar with the customer experience. It's how the customer moves and feels throughout their entire buyer's journey, from research to purchase to retention. So when we're talking about a seamless customer experience, we're talking about a customer journey that's free from any speed bumps and distractions that could cause frustration. And we've all hit those speed bumps. From frustrating websites and digital dead ends to long hold times and unhelpful agents, the more hiccups we encounter along the way, the less satisfied we are with the experience, and the more likely we are to tell our friends about it and take our money elsewhere. So it pays, literally and figuratively, to get seamless customer experience right. And like I said in the intro, it means building a strong foundation in our contact center and customer service departments. The first brick in creating our seamless customer experience foundation is to put your chips on an omnichannel strategy. A 2017 study by Harvard Business Review found that 73% of consumers used multiple channels in their buying journey before making a purchase. And that was 2017. Imagine what that number is post-pandemic. The goal of an omnichannel strategy is to provide the best, cohesive experience for customers, regardless of how and where they engage with your brand. A customer might click through your website, interact with your chatbot, and call your contact center, but if the experience feels disjointed, or like they have to restart their conversation every time they switch between those channels, they'll quickly notice the extra time and effort it takes to get the help or service they need. Implementing a true omnichannel strategy, we refer to this as a multi-experience strategy, requires businesses to zoom out and consider user experience in each channel, then zoom in to see how all those channels work together. So that customer who interacted with your chatbot and ended up talking to an agent, a multi-experience strategy would dictate that their chatbot interaction carry over to the voice channel, so a customer service rep gets a screen pop showing exactly who they are and what they need help with. Might sound a little like tech wizardry, but it's that level of seamless omni-channel transitioning that sets CX-focused companies apart from the rest, both in terms of sales and customer loyalty. Now, the biggest hurdles we've seen when helping clients develop multi-experience strategies are dreaded data silos between different channels and teams. And yes, they exist everywhere, but you gotta break down the walls. Your data needs to cross aisles, platforms, databases, whatever is keeping it separated, because customers don't view it as separated. All they see is one long interaction with your brand. The second brick in our seamless experience foundation is creating a customer experience map. Once you can put yourself in the customer's shoes, you're on the road to creating a more seamless experience, and that starts with writing out an experience map. Customer experience maps visualize all the touch points a customer has with your brand, then considers how your customers feel during each of those interactions. Don't confuse them with a customer journey map, though. Those maps can be helpful, but they really end up just pigeonholing your customers to a few predetermined channels instead of analyzing the type of customer they are and what their feelings are on the path to their desired outcomes. To build an experience map, start by identifying the type of customer. If you're in retail, maybe it's a customer with a return. If you're in insurance, maybe it's a claimant. Take these personas and ask, if they have this question, how are they finding the answer? How well do we show up in that search? What are their possible steps? Then, you need to gauge how customers feel during this process. This is where you'll need to deploy a real-time voice of customer feedback tool in each of your channels to really get the down low on customer sentiment. This could look like a post-call IVR survey for your voice channels, a chat survey following an interaction with a bot or agent, or even SMS surveys that trigger after the customer makes a purchase. Once you've homed in on where the experience carries the most emotion, focus there. Do everything you can to give them a choice in those moments, since that will alleviate stress. Customer experience maps provide clarity on hotspots or friction points a customer might experience in their journey, giving brands raw data they can use to smooth out any speed bumps and hear what customers are actually feeling. Complementing our omnichannel approach is to use hyper-personalization to build trust and keep customers engaged. Let's be honest, there's no reason for any brand today to skimp on personalizing their customer's experience. There's just way too much tech out there that makes personalization a walk in the park. And it's so commonplace now that, according to a McKinsey poll, 76% of consumers say they're actually frustrated when a business doesn't provide it. But creating a seamless customer experience goes beyond just addressing customers by name on the phone or other support channels. Hyper-personalization is actually the way we all want to be treated, with the brand acknowledging our history, our interactions, and meeting us with that knowledge. This kind of focused personalization drives customer satisfaction, loyalty, and even revenue, with one study showing that 70% of companies that deploy it increase their ROI by 200% or more. Obviously, customer data is the key here. The thing is, I know your enterprise brand stores the data. It's there. It's just a matter of using it. So you've got to make sure it's available to an agent at a moment's notice. AI has come a long way here too, with some platforms even automating next best steps to suggest based on the customer's profile. Use this to your advantage. It'll smooth out frustration real fast. So maybe you see that customers who started their journey in your mobile app end up buying sooner than customers on your website. Not only could your CX team capitalize on this and learn what's driving the quicker buying decision, but your marketing team can use that information to offer future promotional sales that align with a customer's preferred channels. And since customers don't just fall off the earth after interacting, the last piece is crafting your follow-up. When you follow up with a customer, it builds trust and makes them feel cared for. It shows that you're watching out for them. Everyone wants to be called back after a nice date, but it always feels better to receive that call than to make it. Yet, a survey from SuperOffice found that 97% of businesses fail to follow up with customers to learn about their experience. I mean, that's pretty wild. Follow up with a chance for them to tell you how you did, because it's not just a way for you to learn, it actually continues the customer lifecycle by giving them skin in the game. Now, they're rooting for you to take their feedback and run with it, and they'll be even more invested in seeing how it plays out the next time. I'll say it again, smooth, simple, and seamless. If you build your customer experience around these 3 words, it's guaranteed you'll generate more customer satisfaction, retention, and revenue than your competitors, all because you took the time to prioritize your customers. It won't happen overnight, and it'll take some serious company buy-in, from your C-suite and IT teams all the way down to your customer service reps and sales team. But the results are worth it. We see them all the time. This episode has been adapted from the article, How to Create a Seamless Customer Experience, which you can find in the Mindful CX library at getmindful.com. We publish new, snackable CX episodes every week, so be sure to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. See you next time.